and welcome to the Stripe Show. Another episode of the Stripe Show with two great guests. Well, one is really not really a guest because he's one of one of us, and the other one I'm so happy to have with us the great Paolo Manfredi Monamur from JB World. So it's a great honor for us to have you here, Paolo. Welcome, and let's talk about Juventus.
Oh, thank you, everybody. It's nice to be here with you guys. I know all of you actually. So with Thiago, we call it. I talk too much about Juventus. You have to be honest, Colin. We talk too much. But yeah. It's great. Thank you for the chance to talk again with our great passion to Juventus. That's great.
Well, yeah, I don't think there is a. Well, it wasn't like a. It was a Champions League Wednesday. Of course, for us, it wasn't a Champions League Wednesday. So I guess we're gonna go back to talk about what's usually talking about right now. I honestly, guys, I don't want to talk about Dybala and Ronaldo. I'm so tired of just hearing that name. Yeah, no idea. So I have a question for all of you. Okay, first of all, I don't know if you watched the game today or yesterday. If you want to know.
Yesterday, I watched PSG and I was pretty impressed with the
Hello.
rhythm.
Okay. So
Sorry, it was clear in the contract that when you went to this out from Champions League is done, it's finished. There is no
finished.
more games.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
I don't mind, but that means that Champions League is gonna be so short for every team, right?
Yeah. But yeah.
No, okay. So I want to ask you a question, and I want to talk briefly, okay, about Paris Saint-Germain Bayern Munich, because it looks like that the Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munich discovered soccer yesterday, and I'm so pissed. I'm so mad about all people giving the. That was an amazing game to watch. Okay, I watched it. Okay, I was worrying, but I was able to watch at least part of it. Okay, and it was an amazing game. Okay, amazing. With great player, great teams, and okay. But let me tell you something like this, because Pochettino, that everybody was praising today, because Pochettino looked like he's the coach on the moment right now. Look, if Allegri played like Pochettino played yesterday, probably it would have been killed on Twitter today from Juventus fan. And he remind me, I know the dear and old Trapattoni. The thing is that he has a great team with two stars on the top, because Mbappe and Neymar, I don't know if they're a human being, because they are too good to be like a soccer player. And Di Maria had like an unbelievable game. It was unbelievable. But so they were.
Matteo, what was impressing me, it was the speed, the way that they were passing the ball. No, that's something that we always talked about when we criticize Juventus game. We never seen that kind of speed in our passage during the whole season. So I was imagining Juventus instead of one of the two teams, and I'm not talking about PSG playing better or Bayern Munich playing better. It's just the way they were playing each other. We never seen that kind of game from Juventus, unfortunately, this year. So
we'll like to disagree there, but
I can answer your question.
Yeah,
because about, for example, what people were asking when Allegri was our coach to play a better football. What is asked to Pochettino? To win this Champions League, doesn't matter how. So people don't care over there. But our fans are quite spoiled and they want to win everything, but playing in a certain way. So this is a problem.
Colin? Oh, the goat is in the chat, guys.
Oh, there's Pepe.
The boss.
Look, I'll be honest, I didn't watch the match at all. I'm very much in the camp of once Juve are out, that's the Champions League done. I don't care. I literally don't care. I don't have the time to watch. But I mean, to talk about Allegri, Allegri was asked to play beautiful football, but he had no interest in it at all. So, I don't know.
What do you think, Paolo?
Sorry.
What do you think about the game?
Oh yeah. Well, this is a long discussion and comes really from years and years of victory in Italy, where they have to find a reason why Juventus sucks, first of all. So, and the first reason was, the football you show is not good enough. Let's show us something so you can easily win the Champions League. This was the most like the fable that everybody liked to wrote, just to minimize all these 9 years of victory we had in Italy. Let's start from there, okay? To play with that speed you saw yesterday and tonight, it is exactly what Allegri says in the beginning. You need good players because it's all about technique. Players, they individually have great technique. They can let the ball move quickly. They don't need to think about. They just do it. And this means be faster in anything you do on the pitch. And so you need the best player to do that. And the coach, of course, a good coaching too. But when you have players with good quality, good strength, and extremely great technique, that everything is easier. Everything is easier.
No, I agree. But what I'm against, all the talks I heard today, that I don't think that Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munich discovered soccer yesterday, okay? Because in the late 90s, I would say that Juventus was playing like an unbelievable, and we were not able to win anything. The thing is that Paris Saint-Germain, I think they played their game, because we know Pochettino is doing the same he was doing with Tottenham. So he's waiting and going to the counter-attack. And I don't blame him. I have Mbappé, I have Neymar.
Kind of Italian Catenaccio.
Yes. Well, yeah,
The
exactly.
same one.
Yeah. Well, but if I have Mbappé and Neymar, I would maybe do the same too. Okay, and then I think there is like a 6 or 7 player from Paris Saint-Germain that never passed the midfield, honestly. So and Bayern Munich.
What you're saying is right, in my opinion. If you have the right player to do that kind of game, then do it. You don't need to show, the tiki-taka or whatever. Tic-tac, we go everywhere.
Exactly.
We put the player in the goal and we score so easily. That's just useless. You
But
need
guys,
to win.
Guys, but the thing is that, and that's what Allegri always try to tell us, to teach us, is that in the modern football, I was about to say the other term, but I'm not gonna fall into the trap this time. In the modern football, you cannot decide to play defensive or play offensive. You gotta accept that a game is made by different time of the game, in which you might be defending, or you might need to jump in the offensive, and with 3 passes, like they were doing yesterday, with 3 passes you are in front of the goal. That's the point. We gotta, as soon as we accept that that's the good soccer. It's not tiki-taka. It's not always keeping the ball without at the end doing anything. The good soccer is being able to read the moment, the phases of the game, and as a consequence, play the phases.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. And going back, and then I'm going to end this conversation, speaking about Bayern Munich. Yes, Bayern Munich was missing Goretzka, was missing Lewandowski, were missing Sule. But I can make a point that Paris Saint-Germain were missing Florenzi, were missing Verratti, Icardi maybe is not a starter, missed Paredes in the first game, was missing Marquinhos yesterday. So it were missing many players too. Bayern Munich just decide that they want to just score 1 goal more than the opponent. Okay, so every game they know that they're going to create between 10 and 20 chance, but that every game they're going to allow the opposing team at least 4 or 5 clear chance. Okay, but they have Neuer that saved just by himself half of that. Okay, but sometimes, especially like 1 week ago, the other team is able to take advantage of the score. Okay, Paris Saint-Germain scored 3 goals because they have Mbappé, and Mbappé was unstoppable. So the point of all of this is like they didn't discover anything. They just playing their game. And the funny thing is, like, if you see Juventus fan, oh, we should play like Bayern Munich, okay? And then when we play against Genoa, we created like 10 chances to score in the first half. We got score one because the other team is playing two. Oh, we cannot allow Genoa to score one goal of us. Oh,
yeah.
Imagine people complaining if Juve had signed Choupo-Moting, for example.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
I think one of the things to point out is like it's almost futile to compare Juve and Bayern Munich. Like it's just a negative way of thinking. Bayern Munich have been set up to play like that and have, for years, and they've been it doesn't even matter about the managers. Their managers have changed, but their system has kind of relatively stayed the same. They're trying to play end-to-end football, 1 to 2 touches, and they're trying to score a lot of goals, and they've had a conveyor belt of players coming through every half decent team in the Bundesliga as well. They don't have those issues that we have. Like if we go and look at a Lazio player or someone from Napoli and or Roma, it's very, very difficult for Juve to sign those players. Bayern Munich do not have those problems at all. Like it's like, one player is decent, okay, no problem, give him to Munich, no issues at all. So I just think comparing Juve to Bayern is like it's kind of a waste of time.
Well, can I say something? First of all, Colin is scary. I'm so scared. I mean, you're right. It's like, don't try to say
I gotta
fuck you. So you're right. Okay, let's start from there. The safe thing. Okay, you're right. Okay. It is true that is this Italian mentality. So they try to make as much money as possible for any kind of when they're selling players. That was always like that. So, but there is not really a cheap team you can go and knock the door unless you go like maybe what happened with McKennie, where we spent fairly a good amount of money to get a good player, But there are not that many chances like that around, if you see. So you have just to make enough money to buy whatever you need. This was the goal of Juventus, and we were pretty close to that. And I think we kind of reached that point, excluding the COVID situation that basically ruined most of our plans. But we were there. We can play what we want. We want this one, let's take it. We want that one, let's take it. Because we were in that vision, we can buy whatever we want, just few but key players to keep improving the team. So, but you're right, okay?
It's just my opinion. There's no right, there's no wrong.
No, he's right, sister, no matter what.
Okay, let me close this page on Champions League, okay? But I will just throw it out there because I think Italian fans, especially Juventus lately fans, are almost unbearable sometimes because they don't know what they want. Honestly, at the end of the day, they don't know what they want. Okay, and we are just spoiled. Okay, and
unfortunately,
he's right.
Lately, I feel like Juventus supporters are starting to become more like a Roma supporter, that depending on what happened at the end of the game, they go for extreme, from one extreme to another one.
I don't know, but if I had to evaluate what is going on, and I have to watch today, April 14, okay, Juventus, okay, yes, we got out of the Champions League because Porto was better than us. I was like, say, it was more lucky than us, okay. And because I don't want to talk about that game. We are third in Serie A, one point to the second place. We have won the Supercoppa and we are in the Coppa Italia final. And this is like and look like we are maybe Ascoli 2.0 with Costantino Rozzi. I don't know what people are coming from. So said that we have a game coming up on Sunday, okay, and against Atalanta, okay, And we have another game against Atalanta in a little bit more than a month from now. Okay, so I want to ask Paolo first. So if you if you had to pick one game that you're gonna win, which one are you gonna pick? This Sunday or the Coppa Italia final?
What? Oh my gosh. Well, it's difficult. First of all, because as a Juventino, you won't always win.
I
So
agree.
It's difficult to say which one to win. Well, let's play smart. Winning Finale Coppa Italia, for sure I will get a cup. Not winning the next one, so it means also tie. We still have a chance to arrive first four. So I will go with this option.
I agree. Colin?
The next one is the only one that counts for me. Always win the next game. Don't think about anything ahead.
He's right.
Tiago?
And the next match is so important, but a trophy is a trophy at the end. But the motivation of making the points at Bergamo right now will be so important for the final run of this Serie A. So I'll take this victory as well.
Andrea, because I know you're dying to say something.
I agree with Paolo when he says that Colin is always right. So at the end, I agree with Colin. No, but seriously, I agree with Colin. Right now, I think we should think game by game. We shouldn't be put in the position, in the situation in which we need to choose between the Coppa Italia final or next game. I want them to get in the pitch the same way they did in the last two games. That's the only thing that actually matters for me.
Well, and we know that the game against Atalanta is going to be a tough one because it looked like at least in the last 4 or 5 years we always struggle to play against them because they're really physical. They're really physical team. They start to play one-on-one basically through all the pitch. Okay, they don't let you a lot of time. They pressure all the time. Okay, but honestly, if I remember the first game we played like 3 months ago, okay, until Artur was on the pitch, I think Pirlo had the game playing really well. I think if Artur stay on the pitch, we win. No, I don't want to say easily, but we're going to win it. Still, I think it's one of the best games we have played against Atalanta in the last 3 or 4 years, okay? And you remember, yes, we tied 1-1, okay, because Rabiot made a mistake coming out with the ball in the second half, because it looks like every time we need to make a mistake like this, okay? Ronaldo missed a penalty, and Collini had a couple of saves that he never made in his life, I think. So it's going to be an hard game, but I'm confident that we can replicate the kind of game. I don't know what you think, guys.
It depends only on the approach and the attitude that we put on the pitch. That's what I was saying before. If we play like we played in the last 2 games, we're gonna get our chances to win the game, like we would with any other team in this league, including the first that I don't wanna name, with everybody, we will, with the right attitude and the right approach, we will be fine.
Well, it is true that Atalanta is a tough team for everybody right now, not just Juventus. First of all, we have also to be honest that in the first game we had with them, we were better as a team than now, probably. Better shape, mentally better because we were more, on it. We believe in Pirlo's work and stuff like that. So, and Atalanta, the way they play, they create a lot, but they also give a lot of chance to be, to have other teams scoring too. So that's why it's not going to be easy game, because it's like all the Juventus season, it's totally unpredictable. This team, you can expect good games, decent game, or horrible games like against Fiorentina or Benevento, That's totally unpredictable. And I cannot imagine having now Colin disappointed with a defeat, this is something that scares me the most. So
Juventus should know Juventus should know that they don't want Colin to be
No,
upset.
no, no, no. Because if he goes in Turin, then I don't see any party on McKenny house anymore. I don't see
No.
a lot of legs throwing
I
away.
think Amazon Prime is turning the season about Juventus in the new Vikings season, and it's about
I prefer
Colin
that. I
going
prefer
to
that. That's acceptable.
You know,
We should send our huge picture of Colin right now, okay? And they put
locker room.
like in the entrance of the locker room on the Allianz Stadium, actually the Azzurri d'Italia Stadium, because we play in Bergamo, and I think both teams will be scared. And I know Juventus players are gonna be scared because they know they're gonna see Colin if they lose, but Atalanta player they know they're gonna have to deal with Colin if they win. So I think it's a win-win situation for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a simple message. He's watching you. Just simple like that. There is no.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Lock them into the dressing room, maybe.
I love it. Well, probably Gasperini is going to be mad, but he's going to be mad anyway. So
yeah, he wake up, he's already like, fuck, I wake up. You know? It's like that.
I think he's going to say worse word than the fuck, but okay, thank you. So Giuseppe is telling us, so we need to go send a picture to Giuseppe. Giuseppe is going to do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Giuseppe. Let us know if we need to prepare a presentation.
But so I have a question for you. So we are still like 4 days before the game, and I would like actually to ask you guys a question. And I'm gonna start with Thiago because it's too quiet over there. And are we really scared that this team won't make at least at the 4th place?
The problem is considering this situation right now. A defensive mistake, for example, if this doesn't happen against Atalanta, will be a great sign of a recovery. This is a simple question, but honestly, I don't think we will be out of the Champions League. But yet, again, that same situation that we need once again a victory, a good presentation against a good team. Right now might be the best possibility that we have to make this final run. And again, a mistake against them will be so crucial because, as Paulo said, their attack is a huge machine to score goals. But now without Romero, for example, I think that's a great possibility to make the points on it. I'm very confident.
I'm not scared, and I think we shouldn't be scared. The reason why a lot of people is afraid, it's because Porto game when we got out of the Champions League, everything. Yeah, I mean, it was a sliding door, no? Since then, all the cards on the table, everything is possible. But only because of that, it doesn't mean I'm scared, and we shouldn't be. Actually, quite the opposite. We should stop being scared, because that's what happened this year. That's the feeling that the players sometimes passed me while they were playing. You know,
Paolo.
I'm a little bit scared because, again, for me, this team is a kind of unpredictable. So let's put everything in this way. As Andrea said, since we were involved in the Champions League fight, the team had concentration. The team was really focused. And they did also some nice games. Then they ruined everything with those, especially the game in Portugal. And you saw that we had Cagliari games where especially Cristiano Ronaldo was proved is still one of the best players in the world. And this is why he scored 3 goals. Then you have Benevento, was pretty bad game. Then you have Turin, the derby. again, not good enough. I felt like the team has some focus issues with the focus, be focused on the target, you know. And thinking about Juventus, so think about the season. Scudetto, you have no, let's say, we have no chance to win the Scudetto, even if everything can happen, but let's be clear, let's be honest, okay? We won't win the Scudetto. We have the Coppa Italia, which is one game and the end of the season, basically. So it's still far from now. It's top 4 a target good enough or exciting enough for our team player? Think about Ronaldo, player this quality, So this is what I'm afraid of, that this is not enough to get mental energy to actually get the target at the end. So top 4. That's what I'm afraid of. But if I see the team, of course, is definitely better than Milan, the Lazio, even Atalanta, in my opinion. So as Giuseppe said, should reach the second at least because of the quality of the team,
Well, yeah.
But
Yeah,
pitch is a different story.
I'll just jump in there. I think the last 2 games, like just to narrow it down to what I think was different. Our midfield was pretty consistent in keeping the ball, and you didn't see any huge mistakes. They weren't giving the ball away as much. They were playing 1-2 touch passing, not Xavi and Iniesta style now, but they just kept the ball moving. And while I'm waiting for them to make a mistake, at the same time, it's for Bentancur and Rabiot, it's a lot better than what they've been doing. So if they can keep it up,
you know what? Especially in the last 2 games, that we look like we got a little bit focused back. Okay, even I take the last 2 games. I think there are some similarities. Okay, we see that Juventus was playing really well, especially in the beginning, because with both Napoli and Genoa, we were able to create 2 or 3 chances in the beginning of the game, right? And it looked like the first half we were playing really well, okay? And then all of a sudden, the other team create a chance, okay? Or Scamacca make a play taking out Chiellini and De Ligt, and then in the beginning of the second half, he scored on us. And it looked like when we got something that is not going in our way, this team, all of a sudden, they lose confidence, okay? And what they do when they lose confidence? When they lose confidence, they turn in what they think they can do better. Basically, they sit back, okay, and try to defend like they were used to do with let's say Allegri, okay? So because they know that they have the best defense in the world, okay, and nobody could score on us, but that's no more. Even if we have the best defense in Serie A right now, we see, because even against Napoli, after we were up 2-0 and playing good, okay, we had the sense that the Napoli goal could have come anyway, any moment, and then they score on penalty. But even after the penalty, if it's not the league, make it the safe, miraculous, I would say a miraculous save on Osimhen, they had the chance to go 2-2 in just 2 minutes. So they look like we lost confidence. I wouldn't say if we lost focus, we lost confidence. And so maybe Pirlo needs to do something better at that moment, because something I would like to see Pirlo doing more. First of all, not wait the 70 minutes to make it the first change. Okay, something that is consistently doing, and change something. Make a change. I don't know, but make a change.
Matteo, it's a sign also of that confidence, that this is why it's so important, this final run, because we saw in the last season, of course, that team that's up on top right now did a very nice run at the end. And despite the fact that we had won the Scudetto fixtures before, that final run was important for them, for Milan as well, for Lazio a little bit. And honestly, this final run, for example, even if we won't win the Scudetto, it's important for the next one. Despite the national teams competition during the season, it's important to show that we can improve a lot, because right now, since we are struggling like that, it doesn't seem that we can improve much more with these players. So this is a great possibility. So this is why those matches are so important right now.
Well, it can be the starting point for the next season, that's for sure. So I hope we're gonna stick with Pirlo, because mean that maybe the end of the season is going better than maybe how the season went till today. Okay, I wouldn't make another change just to make a change, even because I don't think there is anybody available. And yes,
Paolo is
Paolo.
available. Paolo's available. There's a Juventus coach.
No, please no. But no, what I was saying about what you said, Matteo, which it is true that sometimes it looks like we lose our confidence and we get lost. We are not anymore able to even pass, do easy pass each other. But it's also true that sometimes Juventus score and kind of stop playing. It's kind of start to sit there and wait, I don't know what. It may be too confident everything is going to be in the right way. And this is where, when you see the other teams start grow in confidence, they try to be dangerous, and then they score, and then you have to come back to the beginning of the game trying to score again. And this is where we have our major troubles. It's I believe this is part of this is on probably Pirlo's shoulders, the way he is able or not to work on the team, on the players, on the mentality of the team, which is something probably related to the fact that he's not, it's his first season for him. He's probably not ready yet. Wasn't ready yet. So,
Right.
And this is normal. He has to grow, and I'm sure he will, because he's a smart guy. But also, you were right about, think about when they start with substitution. It's always the same time of the game. It's like I start with my idea. No matter what happened in the game, I will start my substitution at the 70 minutes, 65 minutes, 75 minutes. So it doesn't look like I see what's going on. I need to react and do something to, give something to the team. Let's change this. Let's change whatever is going wrong in the game. I don't know. Allegri was a masterpiece. When it was about changing things.
He read the game. He read the game when I remember just in London against Tottenham. He changed the game with Samuel Steiner. Think about that.
My gosh.
Yeah, and that I'm not. I love the Allegri, but I'm not like on the Allegri bandwagon comeback. Honestly, I would think I would go to a different direction. But there's a topic for a different conversation, guys. So. I was reading a lot of comments in the chat about Chiellini. Chiellini should retire. So let me just throw out there, because we have two things. One, who's going to be the center back on Sunday, because all four are available. Okay. Bonucci is back. Demiral, even if he starts Ramadan, is back. Okay. Chiellini, De Ligt are being playing.
No, Bonucci.
I wouldn't have Bonucci because, historically against Zapata, he's been terrible.
Yes,
I would stick with Chiellini and De Ligt, honestly.
But just because of that, because Zapata usually does whatever he wants with Bonucci, and Bonucci is not 100% fit right now. So
I agree. I agree. So I'm not gonna say anything else. Okay. Then so I guess everybody's gonna stay with Chiellini De Ligt in this chat, right? In this group. So I want to make a change right now. Then I would be told that basically Locatelli is basically a done deal. So I don't know if you guys are happy or not. Okay, it looks like it's a done deal. The numbers are like close to 40 million, Thiago. With Juventus probably putting like a 4 or 5 young players.
We spent 60 for Chiesa. Do you remember many people were crying and saying, "You're a fool. You don't understand anything about football." And now they're all quiet.
Now everybody is like on the church, on the Federico Church bandwagon. Everybody's there. Everybody like it.
Everyone is.
Look, I'm to be honest with you, Paolo. I'm not really on the Locatelli bandwagon. But just because I think 40 million is a little too much. But that said, it depends how we want to put the 40 million. Because if 15 million are going to be for Frabotta, I'm fine with that. You know,
Yeah.
But you know, Matteo, you have to think, and this is an open discussion I have many times when it's about Locatelli. It's not only the quality of Locatelli; it's the fact that you don't have a player like Locatelli in your team, and you need a regista, and you don't have a regista. You're using Artur for that, which is good, but is not actually a regista.
no, I agree.
So
But we
that-
see,
that's
are you sure Locatelli is the register? Because even last week with the national team,
he can play.
Mancini moved him to mezzala at one time. So
He can do more than one midfield position, you know. And definitely he's a vertical player. I mean, he
That's a
likes
good
to
thing.
go. Yeah,
That's
and
a-
this
that's
is
a good-
something we need.
oh my
Because
god,
we
so
go
bad.
always
Absolutely.
contact here, there is some slow. So,
So
first
bad.
of all, he's good in defense because he's able to cover really good also the defense, so help out. And
He's
this
strong.
is something we need because he's strong. So it's a decent technique. I think it's definitely something that will help us. And this is also relatively young too.
No, but it's
which is
23. I
something.
think. I think it's
He
23
grew a
years
lot
old.
being a captain.
So yeah, you know, nowadays when
No,
I
no, no.
was young, 23, you were still playing in Serie B. You know, now 20
No,
years
but no,
old, you're
I
playing in
agree.
Serie A, you know?
I agree. And that, given that, I say 40 million to me, it looks a lot. But if 40 million, like 15 are Frabotta,
I know
50
my
million
money,
are
you
for
know?
both,
I don't
and,
care. You
well,
can
yeah,
pay
yes,
us 50,
that's a good
I
point.
don't care.
That's a good point. As my dad always said, my dream is that Gianni Agnelli go broke buying players for Juventus. So
Yeah, that's true.
it never
That's true.
happened. It never happened.
No,
so.
because it's not a fool, you know. It wasn't a fool. So. But
That
you
was
know,
that was the other president.
Gianni, Umberto, now Andrea. It's Agnelli is a good name. So
Yeah.
usually it does good thing for Juventus. I mean, we saw in the last 9 years. So
Well, in the 90s, they didn't even take out €1 from their pocket. You know,
In
not
the
even
second
1 lira.
half of the 90s.
yeah.
The second half of the 90s.
Moggi era.
Yeah, exactly.
Moggi era.
Yeah,
Moggi
I agree.
era when we did 4 years in a row playing Champions League finals without. In 4 years in a row, we never got out of Champions League, guys, until the final. We never
Well,
spent
but you
a
don't
euro.
remember maybe the great Juventus before the Lippi era. So the Trapattoni one.
No, it
With
was-
Platini, and there were huge amount of money that Umberto Agnelli,
sacked.
you know, and also after that with Baggio and Moller. I mean, they spend a lot
Vialli.
of money. Yes, so still they could. They
Well
they
spent with
put a
Vialli.
lot of
I would like
money.
to add well spent with Vialli. Okay, so no.
Yeah. But you know, in our history, they try to spend the right amount of money for the good players, especially, and trying to yeah, Veronica, you were to yes, maybe I don't know you. So, but the point is, as Andrea said, when Moggi, the kind of leadership was created to be is something similar we are doing now, try to be independent, so to generate the money, generate the business, to go to players, invest all deposit the money we make in structure, merchandising, whatever, and grow. So this is what we are trying to do now. So Ekan is not gonna put that many dollars or euros on us. You know,
You don't think so?
I'm sorry.
No.
I mean,
That was in the 40s, Paolo. I don't know if this is true.
Oh yeah.
That was in the 40s. So I don't know if
Yeah.
it's true.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
was there taking notes.
But Colin, he didn't take out money when we were like in the last 10 years that we were winning basically everything. You know, that's why we.
Well, that's
we
true.
saw-
Andrea and Andrea is right because when the first Juventus League, it wasn't that expensive because the player that they had Ferrara, they had Paulo Sousa, the shampoo was
But
for
why
free, I
expensive?
think. and we got Tacchinardi for Atalanta that year. Okay,
Guys,
Carrera.
we got.
Carrera was there already.
Guys,
Carrera was
think-
expensive actually.
Carrera
Think-
with Lippi.
I think he came before Lippi. But
Besi-
maybe a mistake. I don't know.
beside
Maybe.
beside Ronaldo, think what we have been doing in the last 10 years. Beside Ronaldo
Cheap.
operation, think what we've
You
been doing.
remember when?
But
when
the
Juventus
issue is with the
spent
wage
some
that you
money for
pay.
Giovinco, for example, people
That's
were
a-
mad.
That's a big issue.
People
Yeah,
were mad.
I was not one of them. I was not one of them. I was not.
But I
was
want to
not
make
mad.
sure this is clear. Whatever Colin says, I agree with him. So if he said, if
I
he said,
I want to tell.
You're on the
Alessio,
other
you
side
were-
of the Atlantic. It's okay.
Alessio, you heard that it was the other Herrera that was famous with the coffee, not Heriberto Herrera. It was the other Herrera famous with the coffee. So Heriberto Herrera was actually a cool guy, actually a good guy, even if he had too many fights with Sivori at the back of at that time. So
Who hadn't?
But there's an interesting point there. I mean, I was reading an article today. I think it was a quote from somebody on Radio Bianconera, and he was analyzing the financial side of it, and he was talking about what is it? Exor put money in the 300 million, this famous 300 million that's gone basically, and he was asked, "Is there a possibility that something else could be put in?" And he said he can't exclude it, but so I mean, Andrea, it sounds like you don't think Elkan would put more money into the club. No,
I
No,
wouldn't.
Agnelli
It wasn't
already
a. It
spoke
was.
about.
Ibu
Agnelli already
Bujano
spoke
can.
about, right?
pardon?
Agnelli, I remember maybe Agnelli or Elkan already spoke about saying that it's going to be important that player trade make the market to get this, 150 million of that we have. So try
Yeah.
to sell players and get something that is kind of for Juventus. I don't know how good will be, but the problem, the 300 million you're talking about, was to build stadium, to do some investable, to keep growing. The team growing, but unfortunately, COVID ruined all our plans.
Yeah.
So the money are gone, and we cannot keep asking Dad, I need money.
Oh, we
you give
can.
me money?
Oh,
Because
we
he
can.
said,
When-
Yeah, we
when-
can.
when
We can ring up
Agnelli-
Mr.
Ronaldo,
Elkan
what
and
do
say,
you
"Get out that money there, please, quick."
No, when Agnelli talked to the to the investors a few months ago, he was pretty clear about
Yeah.
that when he said we are surrounded by everybody, including our enemies, and he was not talking only about our enemies. We are surrounded, and I would add, in the worst moment for us to be, because there is also this situation with COVID that made everything more difficult. So
The problem is everywhere.
it's everywhere, yes, but I mean, like Colin was saying, you cannot compare Bayern Munich with Juventus, because even if Bayern Munich is going through the COVID situation, it doesn't have the cultural environment that Juventus actually is supposed to fight this year. That's
It's
it.
kind of a
I
myth.
mean,
The two teams the most pay for the COVID situation are Juventus and Inter. And this is not just a case, because both they're investing a lot. They were convinced, to get money back from stadium, from merchandising. COVID just ruined all this. Inter is probably even worse than us in terms of debt and situation. But the more you were growing and investing all the money to keep and pushing to grow, the more you get affected by the COVID situation. This is clear.
That's a great point. I think it is a great point, because the COVID eats when he wasn't supposed to eat. Honestly, because basically we had Ronaldo for 3 years, and basically for 1 year and a half we didn't go to the stadium to watch him play. So that's like make it like an easy example. Okay, so Andrea, how many minutes you have left with us?
I have
Five?
10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes.
Let's
So-
talk about Dybala. No.
Go, let's go. So since okay, let's talk about Dybala. And I'm gonna remove me from the chat. You guys can say whatever
Let's
you
talk
want.
about his agent. Then.
So pick one. Dybala, Ronaldo. It's easy question. Come on.
Paulo, do you think Ronaldo should leave the club? I mean, talking about situation and
It's
group.
extremely difficult right now. Because Ronaldo was actually that makes sense 3 years ago with a different different financial situation. Now it's tough. If it was for me, I would keep Ronaldo always and would also extend his contract. But it's not my money, so I can say that, you know. But yeah, Paolo out, as said Giuseppe. But
That is your friend, eh?
yeah. It's
You're
kind of
always
friend.
welcome here. Okay.
He's so friend that I decide to have the same haircut and he has. You know.
Oh.
You know. This is for you, Giuseppe. So I was
like
saying,
that, like everyone like that.
yeah, it's like, you know.
Everyone, I'll shave my head tomorrow. Yeah.
So if it's,
Pepe, I don't love you like Paulo does.
but the
Okay,
thing
you're
is, if we have to manage the situation and get some, you know, deal with no money and trying to get some player that are good for Juventus, maybe not now, but in 2-3 years, it's still a good idea to have Cristiano with us, which is pretty heavy. He wants to win, and we will have this transition phase where we will not be as strong as before. You know, I think these are all things that are in mind in our leadership, and also Ronaldo, because he wants to win. He doesn't give a about, you know, Juventus or Real Madrid, or he wants trophy. He's all he cares.
You know,
Which is fine.
What
I
is
mean,
weird? You know
sorry?
what is weird? Because Ronaldo played for Juventus for 3 seasons so far, and Juventus shirts those 3 years were not that kind of Juventus shirt that we love. So the next
the
seems
first
that
one,
next-
yes.
The first one was another, but yeah.
The first one was alright.
not that classical one that will be the next year, and maybe there won't be Ronaldo. That's kind of boring, honestly. I mean, for the most.
Don't
old
even
fans.
look. I don't even want to think that you're thinking what you're thinking right now. Okay, so stop it, please. No, the point is, honestly, I'm tired
People
of
kick me
this
out of it.
dichotomy or like this antagonism between the Dybala fans and the Ronaldo fans. Honestly, I don't give.
That's-
Let me say something. I don't give a damn. I'm a Juventus fan. I want Ronaldo to be fantastic and Dybala to be fantastic because I'm accused to not love Dybala. I love Dybala as long as he play with Juve. I hope in the next month and a half he's gonna have his usual month and a half in the season where he's unstoppable. Okay, so we can get second point within the Coppa Italia, and then we'll see what's gonna happen. And if he's gonna be on the team next year, I'm gonna be his first supporter. That's it.
But what if we sell both and we make everybody unhappy equally?
They deserve
we
it.
should-
They deserve it, Paolo.
Yeah.
That's a
we
great
should
idea.
We should
It's a
give
great
Dybala's
idea.
number to call him in talks in
Yeah.
Spanish.
Carly will be the guy talking with fans and say, "Are you happy or not about this?" And they will
What
say,
do you
"Oh,
want?"
I'm happy. We love Juventus."
Juventus,
sold,
you know what?
Ah,
Juventus
Paolo,
should hire
Paolo,
Juventus
if
should hire
Colin-
Colin as
If
like
Colin, if Colin call you and ask you if you're happy, you answer, I don't know. Are you?
Yeah.
First you want to know what he thinks, and then depending on that, you know.
But yeah, I mean, fans is only like that. You will never make happen because you will have Bernardeschi fans somewhere. I don't know where, but
Just
you
one.
will have
Just
some. You know,
Okay.
they say you should put more trust on Bernardeschi, and there is always someone unhappy. I mean, when we saw, for example, Moise Kean. I don't remember all people crying so much about him. Oh, it was so great. What a huge mistake. Now they're doing good at PSG. They're all coming out and say, "Oh, you
Hey,
bad
hey,
attitude.
I don't know.
What the
Hey,
hell you
I
Paolo,
do?"
disagree with you there,
Paolo,
Paolo.
wait, but you,
Sorry?
eh,
Hold on.
I
You said
understood.
something, Colin.
I think I disagree with you.
Okay.
no, but you look when Spinazzola left, all of a sudden Spinazzola became the new Maldini. Emre Can left, all of a sudden
Caldara.
Emre Can between Vieira 2.0. Caldara left, it was Chiellini here as
Nesta.
parent, and I can keep going on if you want. Okay, so
Yeah.
when they're at us, they're like, I don't know, they're whatever play. Then when they leave for whatever reason, we should have keep that. You see what they're doing? Hey, Borussia Dortmund is 2 years that is going out of Champions League because American is making mistake in the elimination game. But nobody say that.
Man, you don't know how many times I have to say Emre Can is good, maybe in defense. Because in midfield right now, we need technique. He has no technique. He has no
Yeah.
the pass. He's not able to stop the ball without having at least 3
Not
touches.
able to do some
It's the
diagonal.
world champion regrets. I agree.
Why are you crying about Emre Can now? You know, it's clear it's not what you need right now. It's still, you need it. But I want to say I'm sorry, Colin. Whatever I make you unhappy. I'm sure I did something wrong. So
Oh, there's another one. Look at that. Danilo's better than Cancelo.
it
I-
is. For us,
Well,
it is.
for Juventus, definitely it is.
Yeah.
For Juventus, definitely it is.
Maradona is better than Pelé.
Go.
Matuidi is better than Maradona. No. That's too far.
Cancelo was in
That's-
Juventus
Well, but
by
look,
now.
but
He
look,
would be a
Matuidi,
winger that in place of Chiesa, for example.
Matuidi was an important player for us. Yeah, he always
extremely
Look.
important. Extremely
Too much
important.
Vieira.
I loved Matuidi. If everybody has the heart of Matuidi and maybe
Khedira.
a different kind of fit, okay, or maybe
Ma Matteo, think that we got Matuidi after we lost Pogba.
Mhm.
Imagine without Matuidi, what kind of hole, what kind of
Yeah, I
lack
agree.
he would have left. You know, of course,
I
Matuidi
agree.
doesn't have the technique, skills of Pogba, but in terms of running, physical,
the heart.
the
Do you
heart.
want an example of what Juventus fans are about? People were crying when Napoli bought Inler, for example. Do you remember
Oh
those
my
years?
God,
Inler
you're right.
presented with a
Oh my
lion
God,
mask.
you're so right.
was- What shall we
guys,
do here?
You're so right.
Can you please think about Caldara? Think
Colin
about
is
Caldara.
not impressed, by the way. So I don't know if you want to keep doing that because I don't see him really. I don't know. You put him close to me, so I'm kind of. Can we move the situation?
Well, let's see.
Turn the table around.
I'm gonna put it on the top of
Oh,
you.
hey, Thiago, how are you doing? Good. That's better.
The situation is very important.
Oh my God.
Vabbè.
Andrea, you wanna say something to close this episode? Because it
I wanna
was
I
fun.
wanna say
It was
I
fun.
wanna say Forza Juve versus Atalanta and all the other games, guys. I seriously hope that we're gonna start to believe in this project and to put the roots for next year. The beginning for next year, for next season.
So, Paolo, before saying goodbye to everybody, first of all, can you be back another time because this was fun? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
And
It's a pleasure.
if you say no, I'm gonna send Colin to your house.
No. I'm going to say yes. Even
Oh,
it's
even-
true, he is gonna-
No, that's- I
He's gonna
mean,
tell me, yeah.
Imagine
Unless-
calling you
unless
during
Colin-
your
I'm not
Unless-
just
unless
only scared
Colin-
of Colin what he can do, break bones and stuff like that, because I have to think about pay for restaurant for him, which looks expensive too. Paying some drink looks like even more expensive. So my
Yeah.
answer is yes. I'll be back.
I'm
He's from
sorry. I had to
Ireland.
go
Just
feed my.
drink the
I had to
beer.
go feed my son, Giuseppe. I'm sorry.
4 hours. Beppe expects 4 hours.
I have to go feed my baby. Honest baby, it's not baby anymore. But so, guys, thank you. Really, thank you so much. Thank you, Paolo. Thank you, Colin, as always. Tiago, we love you, even if sometimes we mess with you. Andrea is the start of this show,
course.
so we know
No,
that.
no.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
we all know
we
that.
Giuseppe in the show. Oh no, sorry, it's Paolo. Okay, and please be back, guys.
Hello, Juventinis of the world. No.
Prepare a beer. Grow a beard, man, please.
And die.
Yeah, I need a beer. I need to let it go.
Oh my god.
we need more Paolo in every
Thank
every
you,
sense.
Adam.
More Paolo.
Yeah.
Adam
Paolo
is
is
a
the
nice
best.
Okay, so guys, as always, fino alla fine.
Forza Juve.
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 Always.